Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Let me just get this out of the place. The recording is on. Just because I'm noisy. By a raise of fine, how many of you are excited by today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not. Everybody, I am expecting to. Good, good. So let me. I'm not gonna further do this anymore. Let me introduce you to the amazing Susan Shatzer. She is a 14-time, wow, 14-time #1 international award-winning best-selling author and the executive producer and host of the webby-nominated global TV series Unlocking Your Limitless Life. Susan has had the honor and privilege of speaking on many stages and at the events while lecturing on transformation, consciousness, and our soul's evolution. Now that's exciting. Working with thousands of people in the last 20 years, Susan is best known for assisting Mother Earth, plants, animals, and humanity in raising its vibration, frequency, and ascension for all is happening right now. I mean, I don't think we are. I think we are in the right hands tonight. Don't you think so? This is yes. This is no. This have nothing we're talking about. Good, good. So without further ado, Susan, the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Adham. Wow. So I just have to share a little secret with you. So Adham and I were texting a little bit about, getting ready for the show. And I saw that he had a 413 area code. So right away, I was like, hey, where in Massachusetts are you now? And he said, I'm in New Jersey. I'm like, but where in Massachusetts? Where are you from? So he starts listing off these little cities in Western Massachusetts. And this little city called Ludlow is the one I grew up in. So we were laughing so hard at the fact that here we are, so many miles away, so much space between us, yet like we both have spent time in the same little city in Ludlow, Massachusetts. So does anyone know where that is in Massachusetts? Everyone's shaking their head. No, it's okay. It's really tiny. We do have an exit 7. That's amazing, Lori said. Yeah. So, yeah, you blink and you miss it. Like really, that's how fast it is. But yeah, so very cool. I'm so grateful for all of you being here tonight. I'm very excited to talk with you and to learn some things, that's happening in your life, that's happening with your body, your career, your relationships. And I know I've done a couple of these before with LightNet, and just profound information was sent back after having watched and listened to this. So I love to empower people with muscle testing. So that's the first step we always do at the beginning of these. So let me know if you muscle test now. Okay, cool. Let me know if you've never muscle tested. Okay, cool. Let me know if you've muscle tested, but you can't seem to get consistent answers. You can't seem to trust. Okay, cool. So we're going to start this evening with this, because this is going to empower you moving forward. So some people have a lock and a key that they use, one being a yes and one being a no, or it could be the other way around. This could be a yes and that could be a no. Or they stand up and they lean forward and back or side to side. And some people use a pendulum. So whatever you'd like to use here tonight, if you'd like to use a pendulum, go get it. Come on back. If you'd like to use the lock and the key, we'll do that. If you'd like to try using the stand-up option, you're going to want to stand up and place your legs and your feet, like not as far apart as your shoulders, but not as close as together. So it'll be like right in the middle of that area. Yeah. And so I'm going to put everybody on like gallery view. Okay, now I can see you all together at the same time. Okay, cool. So does everyone have the way that they'd like to muscle test for today? Okay, cool. Anyone not have their way? Still picking it? Okay, cool. So we'll get started. So there's 3 steps to muscle testing that are super important to get you in tune with your energy in your specific body, with your frequency, because everything's energy. So the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the technology we're using right now is all energy. And so what happens is energy kind of influences certain things. Have you ever been around people and you're like, wow, they're just so negative, they're so heavy, and you just feel drained and worn out? Just me. Okay, nobody else? Okay, thank you. And then have you been around people who have been like really uplifting, really positive, and you just feel like, you lost 10 years of your life and you're so much younger now? Have you ever been around those people? Okay, cool. So what happens is it's their frequency that's interacting with your frequency that impacts how you feel in your body. So what we're going to do today is ask for all the extra energies that are with you, because thoughts, feelings, and emotions are also energy. And if you have people, pets, or problems that are happening in your life, around you, in your house, or at your workspace, guess what? Yeah, they're influencing your energy field. So in order to get like a clear, I call it a clear channel or a clear connection for clarity, we're going to ask all the extra energies to move away from us. So I'm going to go ahead and say it out loud. If you'd like to say it in your head, you can. It's going to be on the recording, so you'll have access to this later. But if you're in a position where you need it and you can't remember it, all you have to say is, everything Susan says. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. That's how easy it can be. So don't get hung up on the words or the meaning of the words or that kind of thing, because everything is energy. And that's all you have to do. And the consciousness knows what I'm doing and it knows how to do it. Yeah, so just use that in your favor. So are you ready? Okay, cool. Take a deep breath in. Excellent. All the extra energies that are with us right now move away in 500 trillion directions and for 500 trillion miles on 3. Blowing out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Ah, nice. Does anyone feel a peacefulness around them? Can anyone feel the reduction in the mind chatter? Like there's less mind chatter happening? Okay, cool. So what you just did was you asked all those extra energies, whether it's pets, people, problems, stuff that you took on, stuff that's been hanging out at your house, and asked them to all leave. So the next step, step number 2, is going to be to ask your body to show you a yes and then a no. So if you're using your pendulum, go ahead and you can just hold your pendulum up. Yeah, nice. And then you're going to ask your body, truth, show me a yes. And then allow your pendulum without swinging it. You don't want to move your hands at all. You're just going to have your hands straight and steady. Yep. And just allow the pendulum to move. And that is going to be your yes for today. If you're using the lock and the key aspect here, go ahead and ask your body, show me a yes and show me a no. Yes, no, whatever it's going to be. And if you're leaning forward or back, just allow your body to give you a direction. So go ahead and raise your hand and let me know when you have a yes, when your pendulum or your body has shown you a yes. Everybody got their yes? Okay, cool. Thank you. Now ask your body, your pendulum, your fingers to show you a no. And then raise your hands when you have the no. It could be the opposite of what you just did. Yep. And it'll be the opposite of what you just did here, either leaning forward or back, or you could be going side to side or around in a circle. Okay, cool. Everybody's got it. All right. So this is the amazing empowerment tool to use. So you ask for all the extra energies to leave you. So you have direct access to your frequency and no one and nothing else. And number 2, you ask it to show you a yes. And 3, you ask it to show you a no. The last format with this is to know that this is how your body's communicating with you for this session right now. However, tomorrow, later in the week, next year, when you go to do one, what we've been taught is to assume that this is yes and that's no, or a certain way is yes and the other one's no, or leaning forward is yes and back is no. However, we're actually imposing our point of view, our will on our body, and our bodies would really like to have access to communicate with you. So by allowing it to show you the yes or the no, that is what it's going to do. Also, in the beginning, you're having it show you, the more often you use this tool, the more frequent your body's going to speak with you more. Like you're going to start to get little hints of things. Like you'll start to crave something and go, really? Okay. Or you'll start to ask for sleep, or your body say, take me to the park. Or I think I'm going to go walk in the woods, or I think I'm going to go hug a tree, or maybe I'll lay out at the beach. Like your body will let you know what it requires. And so what happens is we impose, like we have points of view up here and our body doesn't. So we impose, oh no, I can't go today. Oh, I'm going to go on Thursday. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it later on. Oh, I'll do that next week. Oh, I'm going to do that when so-and-so comes into town. Really, the body knows exactly what it requires with food, minerals, elements, nutrients. It knows what it requires with light or darkness. It also knows what it requires with sound frequency. And frequency and sound are some of the things that heal your body, because everything's energy, which is really cool. So does anyone have any questions with muscle testing and with what you're doing now? Yes, no, maybe, no. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I'm so excited to hop in and see how I can best serve you. A little history about me is August 22nd, 1968, my mom's water broke. And back then, they didn't induce labor, and they weren't really concerned. They should have been, but they weren't concerned with, getting the babies out. So the best advice they had at that time to my dad was, take your wife on a bumpy ride. Just go on those back roads in Massachusetts. Just hit all the bumps you can, hoping that I would come out. Well, I didn't. I stayed in utero 18 days. And I wasn't born until September 8th. And so it could be a world's record. I don't know. But they didn't keep any of that information back then. But the cool thing is, I remember going around and around with God about, yeah, I'm not going to do this. Can you imagine? God, no, no. I know that I have choice with this. I know the rules. I've got choice. I'm not doing this. This is way too much. It's way too traumatic. I've already done life on earth before. Really, I'm gonna skip this one. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna get past. Look at this whole long line of souls here that are looking to be embodied. I'm like, pick one of them. Somebody else has to be qualified to do this. Anyways, I ended up losing, and I'm here. So my whole life has been in service to humanity. So there's, something that, I'm able to do that just sort of happens naturally, that I don't even know how it works. I have no idea. And I have fought for so long to not be in the healing field because, I don't heal, people, you heal. I just offer a different possibility for you. And then that empowers you, and you step into a different frequency with it. So that's kind of how it is. I guess, like, I don't have a scientific explanation for it. I wish I did. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA. I don't diagnose, nothing like that. But, and you don't have to believe what I do. You don't have to understand what I do. I just know that it works. And, people have, just incredible things have shown up, like so random and so magnificent and so beautiful that, I'm just so happy for people when that shows up for them. It's like such a blessing. And I am incredibly honored to be the person that you picked to support you on this journey. And it is your soul's evolution. It's why we came here. and embodied here on planet Earth right now is for our soul to evolve. So I'm here for you. I'm in service. You know, I know many of you, we've worked together, and I'm so excited to see you here. Yay! So feel free if there are things that you got from, I've done 2 other live streams with LightNet, and now this one for everyone. So if there's something that you'd like to share, absolutely positively, you know, feel free to do that. And I guess like the biggest thing to kind of look at for you to get the greatest result out of this is to think about like, what is the biggest problem that you have? Like, what is the challenge, the issue, you know, the difficulty that you seem to be going through, or you've been going through repeatedly, you know, throughout your life? It could be, you know, something where you feel you're stuck on a loop, you know, and you just keep going around and you try everything. And, you know, how many of you have read self-help books? How many of you? Yes, I know. How many of you like taken teleclasses and seminars and, right? Have you been on summits? Right? And you're kind of looking for like how to fix this. We all have. The thing I think that's different with what we're going to do today is the fact that we're going to speak to the energy. So every molecule has consciousness. And guess what you're made of? Yeah, a whole lot of molecules. And the fact is that the body kind of disintegrates, but you're the being and you're infinite. And so right now you're with a body until you're not. And then you're just a being, a spirit, a soul without a body. So that's the only difference. And so when you're not with the body, you are vibrationally vibrating at a different frequency than you are with a body. A body is what is used as like the vessel or the suit here on planet Earth. And it's what locks us here, you know, the body pretty much. So yeah, so I get to talk with your bodies. In fact, some of your bodies are already talking to me. So I'm super excited to dive in with you on that. Does anyone have any questions at all before we get started? Anything coming up for anybody? Yeah.
See Joy. Let me just put her forward.
Yeah, it's you were talking about all the telesummits and all the healing that we've probably, many of us have done here, I think, I'm sure. And sometimes things just don't change, right? You know, and I just recently had a session with you, and it was really interesting because I have felt shifts been happening ever since. And the first thing I noticed was I woke up and I felt light. I didn't feel like this that I'd been wrestling in my sleep, you know, just to try and stay asleep. I just woke up and felt light. Yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, and so I think the thing for me that I've been trying to work on for a while now is my vision, and my right eye has macular degeneration. And I've had a lot of healings, and I have had some slight improvement, right? But
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's still like a big dark hole in the center, right? So, and there's days when I can drive with ease, and days when I cannot get my eyes to focus. And of course, it's my dominant eye, so my left eye's had to learn to take over. So it's been quite the journey. So
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So would you like to go in and we'll take a look and see what's going on?
I would love to.
Okay, cool. So anything that has to do with the right side of the body is the masculine side. Yeah. Does that resonate with? You're already smiling and giggling. Yeah, so there's trauma that has to do with the father's frequency. Yeah, the male side, male relationships. Yeah, past, present, and even, Joy, you're showing me the ones that are projected into your future that are affecting you now even. So, because macular is a progressive disease where you're eventually not going to be able to see it all. Is that right?
That's what they say. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not choosing that.
No, definitely you're not. But I'm just saying, like, that's the part that you're showing me. Like, there's
Okay.
already energy, like, that's the path that you're
Okay.
heading. Yeah.
Heading down. Okay.
So it's past, present, and project into the future. And you brought it in from past lives as well.
Mm,
Yeah. I
interesting.
know. Woo.
Mhm.
You feel how heavy that feels? Can anyone else feel how heavy this feels? Like, do you feel it? Yeah. Do you feel it hard to breathe? Or you feel
Yeah.
weighted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about the father figure.
Well, we kind of sort of tap danced all around him. He was veteraned out of the war with TB, so his health was, sort of, my mom always took care of him. He was very critical, and I adored him, even though he was critical, and I kind of criticized myself before he could. So, I developed a lot of perfectionism, and yeah, was always on top of myself for anything that wasn't perfect or anything that wasn't, exact, right?
Did you make yourself wrong at all?
Did he make himself wrong?
No, did you make yourself wrong?
Oh, I did. I did it so he didn't have to. So I wouldn't be mad at him.
You're such a good girl.
Very
You're a good
convoluted.
daughter, Joy.
Yeah, very convoluted. Yeah.
I bet you, can anyone else relate to what Joy's talking about? Yeah, their hands are going up, Joy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, by talking about this, like, you're actually going to help them get clear also. How cool are you? Nice.
Yeah.
So tell me about male relationships.
Well, I think the biggest thing has been with my husband having cancer for the 6 years it's been now of health stuff, cancer and surgeries and, changing bags out and reversing bags and then getting infections. And we found out finally that was high blood sugar was aggravating and causing the infections. So he's brought his sugar down, and he seems to be finally stable and building his stamina again. But watching him and having him live in the center of the house, sleeping all the time, or, it was really hard to see. And I know I was very aware of what I was saying, but it was very hard to see it, Yeah. What he went through.
I think you just hit the nail on the head. I think you just, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you didn't want to see it. It was hard for you to see.
It was. And I have a ton of past lives with this guy.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Not all of them were nice.
They've been stacking up, Joy. The next one on the next one, the next one. So interestingly, my grandmother also had macular. And when I went, and she lost all her sight, and she lost all her healing and then all her mobility. And she was a brilliant woman. Like, she graduated from college at 75. Like, we were in college together at the same time. She would sleep in my dorms because we were in Massachusetts and we'd get all these winter storms when she had an exam the next day. So she could get to her exam and she didn't have to drive that whole distance with all that snow. And when I went into her reality to see what was happening, it's that she was preventing herself from seeing now because she didn't see what was happening to my mother. So it was Italian, and you just washed it under the carpet and lascia perde and, move on and don't let the neighbors know and all that kind of stuff. In your case, it's the same thing with seeing. It's like you saw yourself as unimportant with your father. You saw yourself as not worth much, not of value if you weren't perfect.
That's true. Yeah.
So just as my grandmother was punishing herself, guess what, Joy?
I'm punishing myself? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
For not getting it right, not being the best. And especially, with your husband as well. Yeah. So do you think you could give up, the belief that you weren't worthy, that you.
Yes. Yeah.
weren't of value.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you didn't
Yeah.
have to be perfect,
Mhm.
that you could be you and that was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been aware of, as I'm aging or getting older, whatever, not really. It's like, oh, is this aging thing I'm feeling, which I never thought I said, I don't want to choose that, but is that a way just to be loved and accepted as I am? Because I can't do any better. So it's like that thought has been going through in my head the last little while. So I just thought, don't like that.
Right? Like, and your body's telling you, it's giving you the messages that this is what's being created with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and eliminate that. And I'm going to take you back to, okay, yeah, we're going to go all the way back to before the cycle started. Yeah, before the first lifetime
Okay.
where that was installed. It was like a program that was installed, and you were pleased that, like, you were there to please them and you could never get it right.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Especially the installer program. I can feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Whew.
Mhm.
Everybody take a deep breath in, because there's all pieces and parts of this that are all attached to all of you as well. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. All right, Joyce, so I'm going to call up the energy of this, and then I ask you, and I'm going to ask all of you as well, if you would be willing to destroy and uncreate it. And that's when you acknowledge yes. Now, you can acknowledge 100% of it and 100% gets eliminated. Or if you'd like to keep 10%, we can delete 90. I don't have a point of view about it.
No, let's do 100. Let's do it all.
You laugh, my friend, but it is true. There are people like, maybe I need to remember this, right? Maybe I need to reference this. Maybe if I hold on to this and keep this, like, it will serve me in the future. And those points of view are what prevent you from fully receiving, everything that you're looking for. So are you 100% in?
Yeah, I'm 100% in it. Yep. Safe to let it all go. Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm not going to have you take a deep breath in now, because this is going to be for a while of pulling up the energy. Okay, so whew, cool. Joyce and everyone else, everything that aligns and agrees and resists and reacts to the thought process of being more than enough, of being perfect, of being the good daughter, of actually pleasing, of actually, oh my goodness, Joy. Whew. Yeah, that's really heavy. Oh my goodness. Whew. Yeah, through all lifetime, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes. Yeah, everywhere you were imposed on, everywhere you volunteered for, everywhere you picked up from, everywhere you were tortured into taking on the concept of pleasing others and being in the state of perfectionism in order to do that. And if not, you disvalued yourself. Yeah, you basically just like tore yourself down. Yeah. And each time that happened, you gave away a piece of your soul. All of you did. You're all showing me that. Whether it's this or something else, where you like weren't standing in your power, is when you turn over a piece of your power, your potency, which is like a little shard of your soul. It's like, I didn't get that right. Okay, here you go. I didn't get this right. Okay, here you go. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah. And you know what? This is what we were taught, Joy. Like, this is what we were taught to do. This is how we were taught to respond. Like, it was your job, your responsibility, and your role to please your father, to fix and help your husband.
Mhm.
Am I right? Like, can you feel that?
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. All right. So now you can take a deep breath in. All right. So on 3, I'm going to ask you, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate? Yes. All of this, anything and everywhere, through all time, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes, non-universes, parallel universes, everything that's known and unknown, said and unsaid, acknowledged and unacknowledged from you, on 3, Joy.
Yes.
And everyone else. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah. Can you feel that? Can anyone feel anything like with their body, with their energy? Yes, no, maybe. Like a cool breeze or like a waterfall came on, or like a heat wave. Some people go cold, some people go warm. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So what this does is this is eliminating all of that, for joy, and all of it for each of you as well. And by unlocking this piece, joy, you're actually freeing up hundreds of thousands of other people who have helped you hold this in place, like your mother and kids and spouses and in-laws and families and society. Yeah. So like, is your job finished with this, Joy?
Yes. Even my kids have been telling me, you don't have to worry about what we eat. You don't have to go shopping for all of us. You don't have to. And I'm going, so I've been trying all that on. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I just need to be me.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
your role. That's your job that you took on, many lifetimes when you came here. And so your kids are even letting you know that it's time to change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah. So this is not you. This job is not you, even though you've made it you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's close the book of this story. This is perfect. Yeah. Joy's going to fix it. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Closing the book. And you're still paying penalty fees on it right now. Right? So your penalty is your vision. It's your future, and it's your health. So by giving this back to the librarian and allowing her to archive the story, you're no longer going to pay energetic fees or dues on it.
That sounds great. I like that.
And then you're going to get to have a different choice. Awesome. Okay. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to show you how it works. Everyone can do it with us. When you blow out, you're going to give it to the librarian. This is the story of your macular disease. And when you breathe out, you're going to step back without the book. So you're going to give the book, and then you're going to step back. And she's going to archive it so nobody else can take it out. Yeah? Okay, cool. So everyone get their books. We got our books together. Awesome. Take a deep breath in, giving the book to the librarian, breathing out, stepping back. What do you feel, Joy?
Tingly all over. A little bit itchy, a little tingly. Yeah. Lots of energy moving. Yeah.
So that's where all the molecules now are going to work in your favor. And we're untangling the quantum entanglements that have held you in that position, in that role. So you were in a no choice universe, Joy, and you got rid of that when you archived your storybook, right? And now you have choice with it. So you get to choose what direction and what you go in. And your body's saying to look up foods and minerals and elements that are healthy for the eye, not just carrots. There's more things. You're chuckling. Why are you laughing?
Not just carrots. I felt like a bunny rabbit for a minute. Carrots. I know this stuff to do.
Carrots and carotene, that kind of thing. But yeah, your body it's going to require now, different elements to support the health of the eye, for a healthy eye, eyes. And also everyone else know too that anytime we do a lot of energy work like this, where we're chunking out a lot of energy, and then your body is realigning with the molecules, it's going to require water, salt, or sugar, or all three, or one or two. If it would like water, salt, or sugar, all three, any kind of soda that you have, it can be caffeine or not caffeine, your body's going to ask for it. And just please honor that. Otherwise, your body gets really angry and it gives you aches and pains and headaches. So just know if you have like a really big salt craving and you eat the whole bag, it's okay, because that's what the body required. And if you eat the bag of Oreos, it's okay, because you're not going to do that every day, and it's what the body required. So cool.
Very cool.
Joy, you look so happy right now. Like your frequency has changed.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So keep us posted.
I will.
Yeah, let us know how it's going. Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You, everyone.
Yeah. So, Adham, do you want people to raise their hand who have a question?
Yes, please. If anyone wants to be called forward, has a question, raise your virtual hand, because I'm not able to see everybody in the virtual hand. I see Linda. I'm gonna spotlight you, but I want for you to raise your virtual hand. Let me spotlight, you know, the hand in Zoom and the reactions. That one. So yeah, that one, Lori. So right now we're gonna go with Linda, and I'll call one by one.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Hi, Linda. I think you have to unmute. There you go.
So my thing that I thought I was going to come on and talk about was moving. And so I feel very blocked living in Philadelphia. I consulted with somebody and they said it wasn't the right area for me. And so blocked not only in not being able to grow financially, but also in aligning with a life partner, which is even more important to me. And so feeling very frustrated around all of that.
Yeah. So you feel like your life's on track, but you're just in the wrong place. Is that kind of okay?
Well, and I can't seem to bring in somebody I'm really aligned with. And again, they're telling me that the person's not here.
Yeah. So would you be willing to muscle test if I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So everyone can muscle test for this as well with these questions, and then you'll have greater awareness with yourself and your reality and what's happening. So, okay, Linda, do you use a pendulum? Okay, you got a pendulum. Okay, cool. So, Truth, are you in the location that's in the highest and best for you?
Getting no.
No. Okay, cool. So you're looking for a location, is that right?
Yeah, and I started looking last year. He gave me different places actually to go try out, but nothing has felt right to me, like San Diego, Jacksonville. I've been to Austin before. That was one of them. And I don't want to go out of the country like Argentina.
Right, I get it. But,
Okay.
you know, Jacksonville, you'd be really close to me. I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm in Florida. So
Well, I am taking a trip to Sarasota in May as a potential.
Oh, cool. So let's go ahead and ask to find a location that is good for you. Is great to use your muscle testing and your pendulum. And you can even do this for friends. Like you can use the pendulum to help friends locate things. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask north, south, east, and west, and we're going to get a feel for what's in your highest and best. So when you ask for highest and best, you don't have a point of view about money, people, you know, career. It's just in your highest and best as a soul. Okay. So Truth, Linda, is moving south in your highest and best.
I got a yes.
Okay. Truth is moving west in your highest and best.
No.
No. Okay, cool. Truth is moving east in your highest and best.
Oh, this is weird. So I use a thing like this, and it came out with maybe.
Okay, that's good because we're going to ask next. So Truth is moving southeast in your best interest.
Oh, I got a yes.
Okay, cool. So there you go. You're south and you're east. So where you are in Philadelphia, what you'll do is you'll just take the map out. You can just have what are the map? Webster's, is that a map? No, Webster's is dictionary. Atlas, is Atlas a map? I don't know. Does anybody know the answer to that?
I think it's called map.
It's just a map. Okay. Okay,
So
get the map, Linda.
would you say all of Florida is southeast?
No, so what you're going to do is you're going to start at Philadelphia, right? And you have
Okay.
the map out, and you're just going to move to the next city going in a southeast direction. And you're going to go, truth, is this in my highest and best? Yes, no. Truth, is this in my highest and best? What you're going to do is you're going to be able to have like a circular ring on the map of an area that's in your highest and best interest, right? Like that on the map.
Okay.
And then you'll look at like the towns and the areas, and you can get right to like a specific area that is going to be exactly right for you. And so from that point, you can just make arrangements, go check it out, do some Google searching, muscle test everything that you're doing, and just jot. What I would do is just make a list of the places that show up in your circle from your map, and then ask, is this in my highest and best in this one? Yes, no, yes, no. And then the next step, Linda, is to ask for now or in the future. Because then there's also the time element of when to move, now or in the future. So then that'll narrow down.
Okay, so I have my fears around moving.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd be leaving my daughter and 2 granddaughters who are very small. And then right now I have a private practice. And so I'm trying to create this whole virtual practice. So it's just feels very overwhelming. And it's not that simple for me. Yeah.
Right. So that's 3D. That's the third dimension.
Yeah.
So that's what this reality says, that you'd be a bad mom if you left, and you're close and you're supposed to be there and you're supposed to be helpful, and how can you move, and then your clients and whatnot. Well, truth, you're an infinite being. Yeah. So yes. Well, I mean, when the body leaves, do you continue on, or do you die when the body dies?
Continue on.
You go on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're an infinite being, I'm an infinite being, what's your daughter then?
She is too.
Right? And what are your granddaughters?
Mm-hmm.
So even though they're in a little body, Linda, they are still infinite beings. In fact, they are more aware than the adults in their lives, including you.
Yeah.
Are any of them 2 yet? 2 or 3?
One's turning 3.
One's turning 3. Okay. Have they gone through the why?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, it's coming. But you can alert your daughter with this little tidbit of information that the kids know that we're choosing insanity, and they are aware that a different possibility is available that would be faster, quicker, easier than how we're playing the game. Because we play from obligation, role, job, responsibility. They play from fun, excitement, joy. And that's why we're here, in this body, is to have ease, joy, fun, bliss. But we've just made it so complicated from day one since we got here, with all of the rules, that we don't have a different possibility available to us. So the fear is false evidence appearing real, which is basically, not honoring them as being infinite beings. So they and you, like all of us, have pre-decided before we got down here. And that's why I did rounds with God, because I knew what I had pre-decided to go through in this lifetime, and then put like a full stop on it when my mom's water broke. I'm like, whoa. And so we've already chosen the people in our lives to treat us a certain way in order for us to have a certain experience, which elevates our souls on its path to its evolution. So truth, you can ask with your pendulum, like, truth, is your job here in Philadelphia done?
True. Wow, it says yes.
Yeah. So like now is the time for you to make the move. Everything else is what this third dimension relates to. But you're going to actually have greater possibilities with the move than you are there. And, you know, starting a business in the wrong place is sort of like trying to jam a round peg in a square hole.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to make it work, and it just doesn't work. But when you acknowledge the awareness that you have that moving to a different location is going to be in your highest and best, that includes business and family as well. So do you feel empowered with that or disempowered?
Empowered. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So knowing that your job's there is done, does that give you a feeling that you can like remove the fear?
Yeah. Breathe.
Can't have it anymore, right? Cool. So let me go ahead because it still feels like there's a little bit of luggage and baggage that sort of is with that from this reality in the third dimension, like role, job, responsibility. So would you be willing, and everyone else also can also do this clearing with us, that truth. Yeah. So any luggage and baggage, which is sort of like when you dump something out of a container, there's residue on the inside. Do you know what I'm kind of talking, like sauce, spaghetti sauce, you know, you dump it out, but you still have a little bit left in there. Well, that's what it's showing me. So in your energy field, Linda, like we chunked out a big thing about fear, obligation, responsibility, that kind of stuff, but there's still the little remnants. It looks like you're showing me, like just little bits and pieces around that could get activated and could be the trigger in actually calling that back in. So would you like to get rid of that from your energy field? Okay, cool. So take a deep breath in, all of us together, anything and everything that aligns and agrees and resists and reacts to, not choosing for our highest and best. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Cool. Remove it from our body, being, or in reality on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Ooh.
So what are you feeling? What's happening?
I feel lighter. I feel happier. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's your first step. Awesome. So it's going to continue to unravel even more for you. So what we're doing tonight is each of you are showing up and your cups are full. So that's what we're doing, is we're dumping some of your cup out. So you have space in your cup, which is your life and your body, to invite in that which you'd like to have in your life. So that's what we're doing. And right now we're taking the cream off the top. So you're lighter, you're happier, there's more joy. And then what happens is as you continue to go through your life, more cream may rise to the top and it may get more problems or sticky stuff kind of come up. And then we get back together. So we just wiped your cream right off the top. So excited for you.
Thank you.
So keep us posted and let us know what else happens and shows up for you. And, you know, what you find out, where do you end up? Where's your circle end up being in the Southeast area?
Very cool. Thank you.
Okay. You have a good night. Thanks.
Outstanding. Now, Lori, how are you? I'm so happy you raised your hand. I'm just going to spotlight you right now.
Hey, gorgeous. You have to unmute though. You're still muted.
Hi, Susan. Hi, everyone. Okay, so embarrassing. All right, not really, but I actually wrote my questions down tonight, so I'm kind of actually in order. So I feel that I've been a spiritual leader in many of my past incarnations, like shaman or a priestess or just and that I was actually killed or persecuted specifically because of my healing or helping, and the people that I helped like turn me in, kind of thing. So much to the point that I am blocking myself now, and I won't let myself do it because I've been really interested in spirits and aliens and everything, like my whole life really. And I've never once heard a spirit or, seen anything, or, my mom does, and my family. It's just crazy. It's because it seems like if anyone should, I should. And I think that I've come to the understanding that it's me blocking myself
Yeah,
because,
if you shut it down, then you can't see or hear or feel.
right. So that's one. How do I unlock those and like unblock myself?
Well, let's
And
do that first.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
let's do that, because it feels like the other questions, are gonna get unlocked once it's unlocked. Like there's no coincidence as to why this is like the top of the list. Like number one, we're starting with this one. Yeah, so you are showing me all these different lifetimes, yeah, where you were highly conscious, highly aware, superpower kind of thing. People didn't understand it. They didn't get it. Yeah, you were persecuted for it. You and I were both, burned on the cross in Salem. That Massachusetts thing, Adam.
Yeah, I already had that feeling about you. My goodness.
Yeah. So what it is like you had all those lifetimes, and in each of the lifetimes where, you're killed and you're tortured and your family is murdered and you're thrown in prison and you lose all of your assets, you are totally broke, you're destined on the side of the road, there's no food, no shelter. It's when you decide, you know what, I am not going to do this again. I am not going to do this. I will always, and this is a clue we'll talk about, I will always remember this because I will never do this again. And anytime we use the words always and never, those are forever words. And what happens is, even though our body passes away, we, the beings, still carry on. The always words carry through with us to the next lifetime and the next time and the next time after that. So we actually come in with all of these decisions and judgments and calculations and computations and separations and things like that from previous lifetimes that, are in the basic, I say basic being our original for this lifetime vibrational frequency that's already limiting us before we even, start this lifetime. And the always and nevers were required at the time because they kept you safe. They kept you in a home. They kept you fed. They kept you, with assets. So it was a good thing you remembered that. But now, 2023, like, is that still an important point of view, a belief to have, Lori?
I've got to stand up to do the muscle testing. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's good.
okay.
So it's sort of like, what I'm asking is like, is that belief that we have about always remembering that, never doing it again, is that still important in this lifetime? Is it still important that we have that running as a part of our frequency? Is that still required?
No, getting a no on that.
You got to know. Okay, yeah. So it's not required anymore. Would you like to get rid of it? Okay, this is just a yes or no answer.
Yes.
You get to choose this.
Oh, for me personally, yeah. Well, see, I'm a bit nervous because that I'm like really sensitive person, and that just seems like super hurtful to remember. And that's what I've gotten from two people that helped me. Altair, I did a session with him this week, and he told me that because I have this calling, like Judith, I believe, was moving and not being in the right place. And I'm actually in the Southeast, by the way. I'm in Alabama. But I've been really being called like to Arizona, to Havasu Falls with the Indian tribes and everything. And then he told me that I did have a past, like a recent one where I was actually there in the Grand Canyon and in these falls. And that's why it's calling me so hard. But yeah, it's just scary to try to think about remembering. So I'm not sure. I think that's the problem, is I'm not sure if I want to.
So I'm not asking you to remember. I'm not asking you to relive it. That would not be a kindness to you or your body or your being. I'm asking if you would be willing to delete and remove where you've locked up with, I'll always remember this and I'll never do it again. Because
Oh, yeah.
okay, that's the only part I'm asking you. That's where the charge is. You know, I'm not saying relive this, go through it, remember, none of that. It's like there was a decision that was made at that time where you said, I'll always remember this and I'll never forget. And so that's what's locked you down. So take a deep breath in. And this goes for all of us, where we've locked down our superpowers, our potency, where we've given our power away. Yeah. And we're just going to go ahead and allow that to dissipate and remove it from our body, our being, our aura, and reality on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because you didn't have choice, Lori, with that. You know, you were always at the effect of the decision to never do that again. So when you said you'd never do it again, you'd never access your powers. You'd never allow them to show up. You'd never use them. You'd never use them to honor anyone else or to support anyone else. Like, it was just not happening. So now that that's out of your framework, guess what? You can invite them in. You can invite yourself to access what you had closed out and shut down before.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah. What do you feel with your body when we just cleared that big chunk?
Kind of also the same, like lightness right in my chest. And that's where I really have been feeling blocked with my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. So now that that's leaving, water, salt, and sugar. Another really cool thing is a salt bath, which I recommend to people. Like when I work with clients, like on an all-day thing, like that's one of the things I do. I get in the bath with like sea salt or kosher salt. I'll put some oils in it. My body likes frankincense. Some people use lavender, lemon, that kind of a thing, but absolutely do that. You can also make a scrub. If you don't do baths, you're in the shower, just rinse yourself off, make a scrub with the same thing with an oil, like an olive oil. I use avocado oil, and I do that. And then after you're wet, you just brush it down in your whole body, wait 8 minutes. It's so cool. Did you guys realize the $22.22, what that added up to being? 2, 4, 6, 8. The number 8 is infinity. 8 is also numerically represents money, wealth, and abundance. So that was my gift to all of you. When you chose to spend the $22.22, you actually enacted or activated the abundance programming. So surprise! How's it get even better than this? Awesome. So Lori, I'm glad that it feels lighter and it's not on your chest and you don't feel locked or blocked anymore. Yeah. Awesome.
If you didn't mind, I was going to say just, okay, I think that was, about my daughter. I was just going to ask if there was anything you can tell me about my oldest daughter. Like, we are estranged, so there's a lot of stuff there. But just if you get any energy about that.
Well, what I'm able to do is, because she's an infinite being also, like I would need to speak to her higher self, her soul, and ask permission. And that's not something I do on a group call. Yeah, so we can do that like another time. Yeah, and then when I get permission from her, I'm able to go in and tap in for you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for doing this, because you just freed up like a whole lot of other people. Thank you, Lori.
Outstanding. So the next one here is iPad. I'm sure that's not her name, but that's her name on display. So iPad, I hope I get to know your name.
Hi, it's Renee. It's Renee.
Hi, gorgeous. Hi, Renee.
Hi. This is the first time using Zoom.
For you, you're an expert already.
Uh,
What is your biggest
mine's
problem?
iPad. Oh my goodness. So thank you for everyone who's been sharing, because I, resonated with a lot of this and a lot of it before. I'm on the verge, it's right here. I'm seeing all these numbers, 222, 333, 888, it's right here. Finances, I believe that there's a family curse on the second child born. I'm the second child born. Parent, the female, you were not a son, so you're not going to take over my veterinary practice, even though I should have been a veterinarian, but I am a massage therapist, 29 years. And I came back to Illinois in October to try and mend a relationship with my mother. And I'm grateful because I see the patterns that were created from my mother and my father. I have taken care of everybody but myself. In 2013, 10 years ago, I needed to get my world back, so I started powerlifting. And in 1 year, I won the World Powerlifting Championship, picking up 300 pounds. I'm not 5 foot, I'm 127 pounds. So, that power I can access it at times. My dear friend is renting me an apartment above her stables. And so I'm with horses all the time. I signed up for a horse massage class. And I'd like to get back to Montana. There's a piece of property that is way, 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 way up there in price, but I know that I can bring it. I just need to be able to filter through what I don't know.
Yeah, what is like the one thing? What is the top thing for you? Did we lose Renee?
What happened?
You left. All of the Zoom left.
Is she coming
Are
back?
you back?
She,
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Hi, Renee.
Yeah.
So what is
Hi.
the
Just like-
one, what's the one thing I can help with? What's the biggest problem?
I'd say money. Money. The
Not
curse.
the curse?
The curse.
Okay.
Yeah, the curse of money. The curse is, I'm the child that goes, second child loses what they had. And I lost everything. And after I lost my husband, and then I lost my house. And I did ask to be taken out of this world. I asked that, not realizing what I was asking. And trust me, I've been taken out of this world. So I'd like to come back with the abundance, bringing it back sevenfold.
Nice. So
And
what would
thank
it,
you for this gift.
you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so glad you picked up on it. You took advantage of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the curse, like you were not specifically cursed. It like goes back to the lineages, like way back.
Mm-hmm.
And it was way back, way, way back, off planet even. Like it didn't even start here on planet Earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was a different, it was still a third dimensional reality that was there. And that's how it was able to come here and be brought through. But so you are, do you muscle test?
Yes.
Do you have your, okay, do you have your pendulum?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, okay, so would you be willing to ask some questions?
Yes.
Okay. So, Renee, truth, are you the original creator of the curse?
Truth, am I the original creator? No.
No. Okay, cool. Truth, are you the original receiver of the curse?
Truth, am I the original receiver of the curse? No.
Okay, cool. Truth, was it,
Truth.
yeah, was it your mother who was the original receiver of the curse?
Truth, was it my mother who was the original receiver of the curse? No.
No. Okay. Truth, was your mom the original, what did we say before? Deliverer or creator?
Receiver.
Was yeah,
Creator.
well,
Was
but that's it. No. Yeah, was your mom yeah. Did your mom receive the curse? Like
did
her
my mom
energy.
receive the curse? Yes or no?
Yeah,
Her
her energy.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
So cool. What's your role in this lifetime, Renee?
To break this curse, to sever it.
Yeah, why are you here?
I am breaking family family patterns, family curses, family drama and junk.
Right. What's your vision, mission, or message? So there's something that's specific.
Peace and love, support.
Peace, love, and support. Because that's not something you had.
No.
It's the complete
That's
opposite.
Want you. Yeah. I didn't want you. I never liked you. And at times I've hated you. Those were
Yeah.
my mom's words.
Yes. Exactly. No support.
And the jealousy from the siblings, the jealousy of my mom with my relationship with my dad, my dad not accepting a female to be a veterinarian back in the 80s, just
yeah, all that in a bag of chips, huh?
all that in a bag of chips. Trying to sum it up really quick.
I got
57 years. Boom.
Right? Okay, cool. So your mom was the original receiver of the curse, right? So what you're showing me to do to break it is to take her energy to the Egyptian pools and have her bathe in it. And that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So, but
I'm ready.
you're going to be the one that, yeah. So is mom still embodied here?
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
And when you asked me to ask, my right hand heated up. My right hand has never heated up when I held my pendulum. It became very hot. Yes, mother is still here.
Yeah. Yeah. So mother is the start of it all. So she came back in this life to make sure it was still running.
Yes, and she's done a great job.
I know, right? Like, let's just acknowledge that and let's send her lots of gratitude. Like, mom, you did a great job. Like, you totally upheld the curse. Like, you were there in the original, we've been passing it down and we've been going rounds around back and forth. And thank you for giving it to me. And then to my child. Now it's time, like this curse is no longer required or desired in 2023. And now is the time for us to eliminate it. Yeah. Through all time, space, place, dimensions, reality, universes, non-universes, parallel universes, known and unknown, said and unsaid, acknowledged and unacknowledged. Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. So when you take a deep breath, in, you're going to take your second child's hand. So you're going to take your mom's hand in.
I don't have children.
Oh, you don't have any children.
I didn't get to have children. I wasn't allowed children.
Okay. So but there's a child energy with you. Who would that be?
That would be my niece. She's firstborn, or my nephew, who is secondborn. I had a big role in raising them, even though we are separated right now.
Yeah, it's him because he's going to be the male on your right hand and your mom's going to be the female on your left hand.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Because he's second and
yes, and he's struggling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So when you take a deep breath in, you're going to reach out with your hands and your nephew's going to be on your right hand and your mom's going to be on your left hand. That's when you breathe in. And when we breathe out, we're all going to travel to the Egyptian pools. And the Egyptian pools are going to be in the center of the Egyptian tower, the Giza, the tower.
Pyramid.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they,
okay.
you know where you are? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So take a deep breath in. Grab their hands, breathe out, and arrive at the pools. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And we all can go to the Egyptian pools. Like, come with us, everyone. Let's all go bathe in the pools. They're healing pools. They're generative. Yeah. Magical properties to them. Cool. So we're just going to all just walk down the steps and get wet and have fun. So just envision yourself walking down the steps. Yeah. And there's all kind of lights, you know, on the ceiling, and it's reflective from the pools onto the top of the pyramid, onto the walls of the pyramid. They're like water reflections. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And as you look in the water, you can see these like bubbles, and like you're showing me these little like particles that are just like floating up off your bodies into the water. Can you see that? Are you seeing that also?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like little flecks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're rinsing off the curse from our field of energy, which is with our bodies. Nice. And they're just going to get filtered away in the Egyptian pools. They just dissipate. They're just like little flecks. It's kind of like when you light a piece of paper and then it burns, and like all those little pieces of paper just kind of disintegrate in midair. Like that's what's happening in the water pieces. Just as soon as good. Can everybody take a deep breath in, and you're going underwater? Yeah. Take a deep breath in. Everyone's going under in the pool, all of us together. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And you can come back up. Nice. And when you feel as though everything's washed off, everyone's laughing right now. Like your mom is hysterical. Like she just thinks this is the funniest thing. She's like, really? Okay.
It's staying.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So when you feel it's a good time and everything is washed off, washed away, dissipated, released, and removed, go ahead and step back out. You can come back up the steps, all 3 of you. Nice. And any of us that went along too, we can step out as well. Nice. And when you take a deep breath in, you're going to reach up again to their hands. And when you blow out, you're all going to arrive back to where you are right now. Take a deep breath in, connecting hands, out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, arriving back at where you currently are. Nice. Yeah. So what this is showing me, are you laughing, Renee?
Yeah, I am. It just feels amazing.
What are you laughing about? Tell me.
It's like, I got you. I knew, known, and I got you now. You can't give me no more.
Yeah, like it's not there anymore. Like it's not a part of your frequency, frequency or his frequency.
No.
Yeah, it's gone.
It feels joyful.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I'm so glad I could be a part of this with you. So keep us
Well,
posted.
you're going to be a part of a lot soon. I will. And I'll invite you to my beautiful home in Montana, and I'll be doing more work with you soon.
Great. We're going to do this, Renee. I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thanks for your time.
Okay. Bye.
Well, now we have Paola. Hi, Paola. Now you are on.
Hello, gorgeous.
There we go. Hi.
How are you? I love your garden you have behind you.
Thank you. I like having a virtual background. So that's one of my azaleas from out front.
I love it.
My issue that I'm still, and I'm gaining more strength, gaining more ability to keep my balance and to not be tired out. But I've had problems over the last 2 years with the right side of my body and with the inability to keep my balance and balance not only as I'm walking, but also balancing my blood sugar. So there are many different things I try. There are modalities that I utilize. And I thought, well, I'm going to, just ask for some help with this to kickstart it into even a better way. It seems that I make some progress, and then somehow I take back on something that maybe I have no need of or shouldn't have, and then I have to regroup and try it again.
Yeah. So why do you do that?
I have been told that I have a very big heart and a little bit too much of trying to fix someone else's problem. Which even when I draw back, I seem to unconsciously still want to do it. Like I was going to say, I'm going to email something to Joy because in my other group, we were talking with a guy about macular degeneration. I just can't remember where to send the light energy to within the body, but that might help her. So see, there's, it's compulsive. It's just like, oh, wait a minute, I can help you with that. And yet I don't ask all the time for people to help me with what I need. Now I've got this really nice head rush of energy going right now. So we've been doing some really interesting things tonight. So appreciate that. I will shut up now and you can tell me what you think.
I think you're adorable. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Now, do you like Paula or Paula?
I like Paula. Paula's good too. I'll answer. There's probably another name out there that I'm supposed to be using, but
You got that too, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So you're showing me, Paula, how, yeah, like your value and your worth is associated with how much you give.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not valuable, you're not worthy enough unless you give everything and then some more.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So is that a connection to religion, culture, or family? Combination?
A combination, but not so much religion. Spirituality, yes. I mean, you're probably picking up on this very simple fact that I've been here very many times and been very influential, very much a healer. This time around, I have come late to the plate of healing. Um, and then I'm excited that I can do it, but then I'm also overdoing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know that already though, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't seem to stop. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have a program you're showing me. So we all have like a computer screen,
Mhm,
and there's all these tabs that are open at the top. And like
mhm.
all these tabs have to do with like experiences and people and places and stuff and things and emotions. And so you're showing me this tab. It's like you have like these arrows pointing to this tab. I'm like, okay, I get it. I see it. I got it.
Oh, you're
Um,
fascinating. I love you.
yeah, you got these arrows on this tab and it's kind of like me. And when I click on it, it's this program that's running that has to do with your life depends on how you serve others and the amount you serve to others. Like your life is at stake. Your life is at stake. Is that right? Am I saying that correctly? Like your life, yeah, is at
Yeah.
stake here.
Mhm.
And you have to continue and continue and continue to deliver and over deliver and deliver, even at your own detriment, at your own expense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's running in the background. And it doesn't allow you to actually include yourself. So like there's I, me, and we. I is self, me is another person, that's them, and then we is all of us together.
Mhm, mhm.
So your we is actually like them, not you. Like your we isn't inclusive of you. Does that make sense? So you're here to support and help and
Mhm.
cure and fix,
Mhm,
yeah, like everyone else,
mhm.
but doesn't include you as well in it. So you're discluded from the work you're doing here.
Mhm.
And that's the misbalance that's happening. It's not balanced. You haven't included yourself. You've left yourself out. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So tell me about dad.
Um, lovely, lovely person. Felt for years though that I could not make a great connection because he he was a musician and music teacher, and that's how he knew to communicate, was teaching me how to do music. But it was always a tough, you've got to work within the structure, and I didn't want to work within the structure, and so we had a lot of controversy about it. And I'm sure, you know, he loved me, but didn't feel that way for a very long time. Still wrestle with that thought, and yet it is, you know, a knowing that he was doing the best he could, you know.
Yeah. And it's again that balance, the
Hmm.
misbalance with that as well.
And with my mother, it came to be a time almost where it was mom and me, kind of a little against him,
Mhm.
because we were so well connected and so psychically connected. Being an only child, also, the parents were the most important things in my life. Um, so familial, the patterning comes a little more with that, I think, than religiously or even culturally. But that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's so interesting that, do you know why you're here?
Um, Technically, there's a part of me that's still trying to saying, why in the hell am I here? But I know I'm here in order to be a key point of light, to help these frequencies and vibrations, that the world is elevating through. Um, some folks have reminded me that I'm here just to have joy and because my soul needs to learn something. And I'm like, well, dang it, I would have thought by now, with all these different lifetimes that I've been here, I would have learned something.
Yeah, that's true. I get that too. Yeah, absolutely. And but we still have all this other stuff that fills our cup up that's still running in the background that we have to get rid of in order to have a different possibility. Yeah, so your blood sugar is off balance and you're physically off balance. And we were talking about, so do you pendulum muscle test, Paula, or do you just know?
I will use the pendulum for tonight, but usually, and sometimes I get a wrong interpretation, but I just ask and I know.
Okay, cool. So yeah, for tonight, can we use the pendulum?
Sure.
Okay, great. So truth, are you in the highest and best location at this time?
Well, it's giving me what would be a no.
A no. Does that surprise you?
No, but the location, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the focus of the location. It's not a tangential, is it the house, is it where I'm living? It's more the location of how I'm dealing with all of stuff.
So let's ask, because when you ask, you get the awareness. So truth, is it your physical location on planet Earth?
Truth, is this my physical location on planet Earth? That's the best place.
And everyone can be muscle testing this too, to find out if you're in.
I'm still getting a no.
Yeah, I get a no too. And that's part of the misbalance. So it's that your body, your being, like, actually it's not in your highest and best where you are now, but there is a different location that will be more supportive for you in all aspects that you're looking for. And you are a bright light, and there are ley lines on the planet. Like, you're showing me that you're supposed to be in a certain place on the ley lines. Okay, to be actually the light, the channel light in that location that connects like a whole bunch of others. So the Mother Earth is like, look, I love you, but you need to be over there. And so she's kind of rocking your foundation with your balance. Do you know what I mean? And this is how she's trying to give you a clue to move. So does that kind of help you with what's happening?
Well, yes, and in a certain way, no, because I really want to have the balance before I have to move. I'm sorry, I'm impatient. Give it to me now.
You know what I mean? That's cool. I get it. I understand. It's like, we would like all the lights to be green before we left our driveway, but that's not always how it works. So let's ask, right? So truth. So you're asking to get the balance kind of be squared away now. So let's ask truth. Is it gonna, let's do it this way. Will it be faster, quicker, and easier? No, that's not the question. What's the energy? Truth, what is that? Truth, what is that? Truth, what is that? Okay, cool. So truth, are you able to balance where you are right now? So truth, are you able to gain the balance that you're looking for where you are right now?
Yeah, it actually started even before I'd finished the sentence. And I get a little head rush on that one too. So
so that's a yes.
Yes, so that's a yes.
Okay, cool. So knowing that, then let's take a look at like, so truth, do you need to move where you physically are right now?
I get a no. I'm at least for right now.
Yeah, you don't have to leave right now. Okay, cool. So you can be in the same spot where you are. Like in your highest and best, it's going to be a different location. But to get the balance you're looking for now, okay, so let's ask truth. Do you need let's start with a nutritional. Yeah. So truth, does your body require nutrition supplement kind of a thing in order to regain your balance? So truth, does your body require nutritional supplements to regain your balance?
I get a yes.
Okay, cool. So now you can, on your own, you can go through the different foods. Like you can open, a book up and you can go through the different foods, vitamins and minerals, and then honor whatever your body does tell you with that. So let's ask about harmonics. So truth, does your body require harmonics to balance itself?
Well, I wanted to just make sure that because I asked twice, it's getting a really big yes swing. I do frequencies, but I'm not sure where you're going with harmonics.
So that's where you're going to ask, is it, symphony? Is it tuning forks? Is it Tibetan bowls? Is it crystal bowls? Is it the harmonics of nature, like trees, ocean, that kind of thing? So it says yes, that it requires like specific harmonics or different harmonics. So test what you're doing, Hala, and see, like, is this in my highest and best? Yes, no. It may be good for you, it may be good, but in the highest and best frequency to get you balanced as fast as possible, so you're able to shift into, where you're needed. You can go ahead and ask about those. And you can also ask about the frequencies, the different hertz frequencies as well. So nutrition and frequency. The other one is movement. So truth, does your body require new, different, something with movement? We're just going to go, does your body require movement to help you rebalance?
Actually, I'm getting a no on that. That's an interesting because a lot of people are like, the whole thing of if you don't move, then you rust. if you're familiar with that one.
You lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your body's saying, no, I'm good with movement. That's not what I require right now. So would you honor that? Because like what we were just talking about is what everyone else says, and it's not actually like tapping into our body. So the last one it's asking me to have you check is sleep. And yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I already got that too. I got it too, Paula.
Yeah, a couple of years worth of not sleeping much at all.
Yes, honey. Yeah.
Yeah, I get a yes on the sleep, especially this past Friday. It must have been those G4 unexpected storms that came through. Because I can't, yeah, I'll have to check for that.
Yeah, check on it, muscle test that. So go ahead and muscle test. So do you sleep in like the same bed and like it's your room, it's your bed, you sleep in it kind of a thing?
It's not my original room.
No, it's where the body's sleeping now, though.
Where the body is sleeping now. Yes, it's my room. The bed that I currently have. Yes.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, would you be willing to sleep in a different location? Would you be willing to sleep differently? Would you be willing to sleep backwards? So what happens is our body, like we're taught that this is your bed, it's your room, you sleep in it, right? But our bodies don't have a point of view about that. We were taught that. Our bodies are sort of would like us to be like cats and dogs. You know, cats and dogs, like they circle and circle and circle until they settle in their spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our body would like that. Our body would like for us to ask it where it would sleep with the best outcome. And it's not always in your bed, in your room. It could be on the couch. It could be on a swing. It could be in a zero gravity chair. It could be in somebody else's bed. And then would you be willing to ask Paula if you're going to sleep with the head at the headboard and the feet at the end, or if you would sleep with your head at the feet and your feet at the headboard? Like
actually, I feel like the reverse, the head at the foot and the feet at the headboard is where I'm wanting to go right now.
Yes.
I hadn't thought about that.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm here. This is what I do is I'm a pattern interrupter and I create like a different possibility for people. So absolutely. And then there's another element to look at. So everything is frequency. So the sheets, the blankets, the mattress, the pillow, all of those things have a frequency. And so it's being asked, you know, would you be willing to ask so I don't know, but I grew up in Italian and it was matchy-matchy. I don't know if anyone knows what that is, matchy-matchy. So the fitted sheet had to match the top sheet. Paul was like, yeah.
But I'm really not matchy right now. But the one thing is I've slept a little better since I got a new pillow that has the buckwheat hulls in it.
Nice. Awesome. That is great. You're just honoring your body with everything that it's looking to have in order to support it, to have greater sleep. For those people on the call, like you can also muscle test. So my son was, I don't know, like 10, 11, 12, and we grew up with matchy, you know, everything, Italian household and whatnot. I don't know. Grandmother taught him how to make his bed. So he was going to make his bed. And he said, Mom, does it have to be matchy-matchy? I'm like, no, I'm like, you just create whatever you would like, whatever would happen. And I have to tell you, Paula, when he called me in, come, Mom, I want you to see this. I said, okay, so tell me about the bottom sheet. And he said, because the bottom sheet had like seashells and ocean and little seahorses and sand and all that kind of water stuff. And I was like, well, why'd you pick that one? He says, because I like to be, he's a water baby. I like to be in the water and I like to feel free. And I feel free when I'm floating in the ocean and I'm floating in the pool. And I'm like, that makes sense. I'm like, that's great. Like, okay, tell me about this top sheet. Cause it was this tiger print, you know, completely opposite to the ocean thing. And I'm like, tell me about that. And he said, well, the top sheet is this, you know, tiger print and it's like black and brown. All this because I like to feel protected when I sleep at night. And I'm like, of course you do. He goes, so the tigers, the lionesses, you know, the lions, like the herd, like they're going to protect me while I'm sleeping. I'm like, that makes total sense. I get it. Like, awesome. So then I'm like, okay, but I have to ask, you know, you're 12 or 13, however old you are. I'm like, and you're a boy. I'm like, but you've got flower pillowcases. I'm like, you know, any idea on how that got picked? And Paula, he said, yeah, because I would like my brain to grow, my mind to grow. You know, I love to be
How
nurtured.
beautiful.
Right? nurtured while I'm sleeping, like
Mhm.
water, sun, fertilizer, like, yeah. And I thought, and you got a lot of work going on while you're sleeping, cowboy, have at it. And his head was at the feet and his feet were at the head. So yeah, that's where I kind of was like, oh, maybe we should look at this, how this contributes to all of us with that. So yeah, awesome. I'm so excited for you, Paul. Like you are leaving with like so many awesome tools. Like, you're going to be relocating and your balance is going to be, you're able to fix that right where you are now, which is cool. No movement is required, but there is harmonics and sleep and nutrition. Those elements
Yeah.
of nutrition.
And sleep the opposite way around.
Sleep upside down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, how do you feel now?
Happy that some things have been validated, and actually I've fascinated about the computer screen program that you saw. I love that, because you're so right, and I tend to forget because it's just such a pattern that I do,
Yeah, it's on
But-
autopilot.
Mhm.
That's what it's showing me. It's like you don't even like consciously have an awareness of it. It's on autopilot.
Mhm.
Yeah. Would you like to get rid of it? 10%?
Let's take it down, maybe take down to 10 or 15%. Yeah.
So you only want to have 10 or 15% running, or you want to have 10 or 15% removed?
Uh, 10 or 15%, maybe 25% removed. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're up to 25%.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I had originally thought maybe 50%, but I'm like, okay, let's it's so much a part of who I am. And there's a little bit of fear of, well, who would I be without it? Silly, huh?
You're speaking my language, Paula. Yeah. So actually, like, who would you be without it?
Mm-hmm. Still me, but it would be a slightly different, a slightly different me, approaching things in a different way, which might be fun.
Well, because
Yeah.
what you're showing me is like you'd have choice then. See, then you could choose what worked for you. Because right now it's on autopilot. You don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So if we remove, how you're stuck with this, then you can have choice with it. Or you can have 25% choice with it. If you would like to just remove 20, or you have 75%, 25%, I don't know, whatever it is. I'm not a numbers person. I'm in the quantum field.
Yeah, it's okay.
What feels light for you? You still would have access to it. You still do it, but you would have choice with it versus not having choice now. %50 choice?
Like 50% choice.
50%. Okay, cool. Yeah. So anyone else who would like to do this, you pick the amount that you would like to release or take on or keep, whatever that works for you. Yeah. So anything and everything, Paula, that aligns and agrees and resists and reacts to the program of helping others, supporting others, fixing others, that's running on autopilot. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate and remove from your field 50% of that program?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Everyone take a deep breath in and out on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh. I don't like a little dizzy moment there. Woo. Hey, you should be, I'm sorry, I should honor you, but you should be very honored. I don't let too many people play with my energy field. But I am playing with my energy field myself, so you're just facilitating. So
yeah, you're in charge.
yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just giving you the awareness of different possibilities, and then You have it.
Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It's fun. Oh, I still got that head rush. Wow.
Yeah, don't stand up yet.
I thank you.
Oh, yeah, awesome. So nice to meet you. I'm glad I could support you tonight.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey.
All right, that was wonderful, to say the least. Now I see Deb. Deb, you're next. Get ready. I'm adding you now.
Hey, Deb.
Hey,
Look
how
at
are
you.
you?
You've got flowers in the background too.
Yeah,
I
like the
love it.
spring.
So what is your biggest problem?
Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about how the last few years that I'm trying to form more connections with people, but it's bringing up a lot of the old wounds of being rejected, and I felt like whenever I tried to show people who I was, that was not allowed, and that was rejected. I don't feel necessarily that way now of the people I know, but there's still those old places where and I'm just trying to work through
Yeah, I
and
get
let go of some of that. Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough because this goes all the way back to childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Like playground back.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
Playground was
ostracized a lot as a kid.
yeah. Playground was a tough time for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. You know what? The good news is you were so bright, they couldn't handle it. Like they didn't know what to do.
I know. My parents didn't know what to do. Nobody knew what to do.
Yes. Yes. You were this huge magnet of fun and joy, and they had to shut you down.
Yeah. And they
Holy
did.
yeah, they succeeded. They did
Yeah.
do. But yeah, so cool. Yeah, so do you muscle test? Do you have something to muscle test? Are you
Yeah.
going to do lock in the
Yeah.
key?
Yeah.
So truth is being ostracized a lie.
What do you mean by that? I'm not sure what I'm asking.
I know you don't need to know. I got it.
Oh.
You do muscle test. I'm talking basically I'm talking to your unconsciousness.
Okay.
Yeah. Your subconscious and your unconsciousness.
I get it. Yes.
Yeah. Being ostracized is a lie. That's not actually the truth.
Okay.
So what happens is you build your life based on a lie,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and it prevents you from moving forward. I mean, it prevents you from succeeding and achieving the things that you really would like to have in your life.
Right.
So can we dump that out for you? Get that
Oh,
out of
yeah.
get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I know, cool, right? Like
Yeah.
no one taught us. No one taught us that that's a lie, right? That it was just a big fat lie, but when we're kids, basically they're selling it to us. We buy it, install it, and then we have it running ever since.
Right. Right. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Right? Like, I mean, look at, and our age doesn't matter because it takes us right back to where it was originally installed, little kid on the playground. I get it. I was like that too. Oh, I was so picked on. Yeah.
Yeah. The weird thing was I did have some friends that I really liked, but they weren't the people I was chasing. Yeah. So
Yeah. It's a rough time going through that.
yeah.
All the way through. So you're showing me the wound is here in your heart. Do you know what that means? Okay.
Yeah.
You got it. So if you push, like there's right between, there's like a breastplate, there's like a little, if you push on that, is it sore?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
Right
you
there.
got it.
Yeah.
That's where you were stabbed.
Oh, okay.
Right through the heart. Right through the
Yeah.
heart. Yeah. With friendship, with relationship, with you couldn't count on them. They let you down.
Right.
All of that, right? And then it's like just ripped open. But it's all based on a lie. Like it doesn't even make any sense. You know what I mean? Like we have this whole story that we spun based on that because that's what we were taught,
Right.
you know, fit in. Yeah.
Yeah. Separation's always the illusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Okay, cool. So would you like to get that eliminated? Anyone else on the call
Yeah.
like to destroy and create it and eliminate it from our field? All right, cool. So I'm not going to have you take a deep breath in because this is going to be a big tapping.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, anything that aligns and agrees, Deb, and resists and reacts to you receiving a different possibility in this reality that being ostracized, ostracism, is that even a word?
Mhm.
It is?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm like, otherwise I'll just make it up. Yeah, ostracism, yeah. Yeah, is the lie, right? Cool. That we've installed and have running ever since, that we've created our life, both past, present, and projected on in the future. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that now, Deb?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Take a deep breath in and out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So I'm going to ask you to give me a number. It's the first number that comes in your head. Any number at all. Could be small number, big number.
6.
6. Okay, cool. Awesome number. So truth, when you're muscle testing truth, are you one of the 6?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So 6, and there's 5 others with you. So truth, are you in the body right now, Deb?
Yeah.
Okay, truth, is there another energy with you in the body?
Yes.
Okay, truth, are there 2 energies with you in the body?
No.
No. Okay, cool. So you and another energy are in the body. So truth, are you a walk-in?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Truth, is the other energy being with you, is that the original occupant?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to give, you are going to be number 1. Number 2 is going to be the original occupant. And then we have 3, 4, and 5 after that. Okay, cool. So truth, is number 3 a thought form, a thought, feeling, or emotion?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, is it an angel, angelic realm?
Yes.
I should give you one that's not true, because I know. But yeah. Okay, so is number 5 a family member?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Nice. Isn't this fun?
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Really the beauty. Cool. So okay, yeah. So number 2 is the original occupant. So what's your first memory, Deb? You can remember, but not something that was told to you. This is something that you call yourself.
The thing is, my memory is really bad, but I thought I remembered being in a baby pool when I was about 3 or 4 years old, I guess.
Okay, cool. So let's muscle test. Truth, is that your memory?
No.
No. So move back.
Which direction?
No, older in life.
Older.
Yeah, older in life.
I remember
What's
going to kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Okay, cool. So truth, is that kindergarten memory yours?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Uh-huh.
So kindergarten is about 5, right?
Yeah.
So you walked in about 5. So what was happening with the body before you walked in? Were you told that there was like, it fell, or Were you guys in a car accident? Did you have an illness?
I don't know. I have I have like almost no memory.
Well, let's go ahead. We don't have to know. We can muscle test. Sometimes family members will go, oh yeah, like before you turned 5, like you went into a coma. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be anything.
Yeah.
But
I was really sick at one point, but I don't remember what age I was.
okay, cool. So we can just muscle test. Okay, cool. So what did you walk in when the body was having a traumatic incident?
Yes.
Cool. Truth, was that when the body was sick?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So truth, were you was it prearranged for you to be the walk-in?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the original occupant was there, then you walked in. So truth, usually the last one in gets to keep the body. So truth, am I speaking with Deb right now?
Yes.
Cool. So truth, the original occupant, let's muscle test. Truth, is the original occupant ready to leave?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and give, number one, like lots of gratitude, thankfulness. I mean, it did the whole birthing thing for you, so you didn't have to go through those forceps and suctions and all that kind of
let me ask this, because I always thought I had a twin. Maybe I had a twin that didn't survive. So maybe the twin sort of survived. I don't know.
Okay, well, you're a walk-in, so you weren't the
Yeah.
original occupant.
Yeah. But I think in utero, I think there might have been I'm not sure.
You're the twin?
I don't know.
So let's ask. So truth, are you the twin to the original occupant?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, that was mean of me.
Right? So you're right on both accounts. You did have a twin,
Yeah.
but the other twin was the one that came with the body, and then you came in.
Okay.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
See, doesn't that make sense now for you?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Awesome. I'm so excited. But see, now you have this tool, so you're empowered. You can continue to use it.
Yeah.
So let's just flood, the original occupant, your twin. Lots of gratitude. Thank you for, doing the whole baby thing. Thank you for preparing the body for me when I got here. Thank you for allowing me to step in. And, I appreciate you. You may go now.
Definitely.
Take a deep breath in. And when you blow out, the original occupant can leave and move out of your body. On 3, take a deep breath in. And anybody else who got this as a yes for you as well, a twin or the original occupant is still there, or you're a walk-in, and the original occupant would like to leave, out on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah.
Felt weird.
Beautiful. What, honey?
So that felt weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So truth, are you 100% in the body? Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's do 3, 4, and 5. So 3, 4, and 5 are still in your energy field with you, which is a thought form, someone from the angelic realm, and a family member. Okay, cool. So you're an infinite being, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would an infinite being actually need anything?
No.
No, right? Yeah. So the fear comes in because we're not willing to be aware versus being aware and then having choice with it. So fear places us in the future of something that's going to happen, that hasn't happened, that could happen, that might happen. It's just us not willing to be aware. So truth, is there any, I don't know, I guess benefit from having the the thought form with you, number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you like to let that go? Okay, take a deep breath in. Number 3, you may go now, you may go now, you may go now. Out on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Bye, thank you. Awesome. So now that frequency is out. Okay, number 4, the angelic realm. So truth, is the angelic being required to be with you at this time?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So would you like to have this being stay with you? Or would you like for us to remove the being?
Yeah, I think that I'm learning
Okay, cool.
frequencies from that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so number 4 gets to stay. Okay, let's go to number 5, the family member. So truth, is it required that the family member resides with you at this time? Like, it's still part of your energy field?
Yeah.
No. Time to go? Okay, let's send them lots of love, gratitude. Thank you very much. Awesome. You did an amazing job. Appreciate you for being here. Love the support. You may go now. Take a deep breath in, Deb. Everyone else, if you've got family members or anything else that no longer desires to be with you, out on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh my.
How do you
Gee,
feel?
thank you so much. Yeah, good. I think it's going to be a bit of processing here. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Water, salt, or sugar.
Okay. Or all 3.
Right. All 3. And keep us posted and let us know.
Thank you. That was a lot more than I was expecting.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah. So thank you so much.
Okay, honey. Mwah. Bye, Deb.
Outstanding. So our last person for today, let me Vicky. Yes, I'm talking about you.
Vicky. Hi, gorgeous.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm processing a lot of things. Things are coming to me that I had forgotten, but I wanted to share with Joy that I had quite an experience with my eyes with Susan, and I'm wishing for that for you as well. I watched one of these nights that she did, and someone had an eye problem, which I have many eye problems. And by watching it and going through this process, the next morning, it was like 95% gone. It was like a miracle. And I'd been dealing with it for over a year, and to a point where I was in the emergency room a year ago at this time with it. So this was a big deal for me. And so now I've connected with Susan, and I think that there's definitely, possibilities for great things.
Yeah, your body is ready. All of your bodies are ready to have a different possibility. It has nothing to do with me. It really has everything to do with you and what you would like to choose.
Yeah. We're all ready. That's why we're here. Yeah.
So excited. That's what I get so excited about.
Yeah.
Choose a different possibility and they create it.
Yeah, that's right. So
what's your big problem challenge?
So we know I have a lot, but what I'm working on right now, what has come up for me in the last 24 hours is, even though we talked about money and I totally related and I got a lot out of the call the question about the money earlier, it was exactly perfect for me. What is left for me is that I have fear around, I am an 8, and it doesn't matter, how you were saying 8 a little while ago, and you and I have talked about this. I'm an 8, and it doesn't matter if my name is changed 20 different directions. I come up an 8 all the time. But I have a problem with lack, a feeling of lack, fear about not having enough, or fear about making the right decisions around money, or I've had a lot of losses. I've been through very unusual situations, and lost a lot, quite a few times. So now going through more struggles again, I feel like I'm not complete on this, even from the last call, which I thought was excellent, or the last person. I'd still like to figure out why I have so much lack and fear of making decisions around money, or even fear about having money. Am I, about being worthy of it,
Yeah.
deserving.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like you just rolled out Santa's list, Vicky, and you're like, naughty, nice, naughty, nice.
Yeah.
You got this big long list here.
Yeah.
Yes. You're worthy, you're not worthy, you're good, you're bad, you're right,
Yeah.
you're wrong. You got this like back and forth thing. That's what you're showing me. That I just think that's hysterical, because you're just going, that's my list.
Yeah.
So I know we muscle test when we're together, and you were muscle testing here tonight. Do you muscle test, with everyday stuff?
I have not really felt confident in my muscle testing the last couple years until you and I started working together. I feel, because I can feel the calmness happen. But I was getting all over. I'd get yes, I'd get no. I was all over the board. I wasn't trusting it.
Yeah, you had a few extra energies with you too.
I think I even related to this last one. I kind of think that I was also a walk-in. It's possible. And I don't know that we checked for that or not. Did we? I'm not sure, but
I don't remember exactly.
yeah, I was.
Did you
really,
check tonight?
I did check tonight, and I got that I was, and I was really sick when I was 4 years old, and I didn't know if it happened then.
So did you muscle test to check? Because I think Deb was 4 too. Yeah, because she walked in when she was 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her body was sick at 4.
Yeah, right. So I honestly, every single person on this call, I've completely resonated with. So
yeah, that's how it always shows up. It's like the exact amount of people, and you all have created this container together with all of you, and there is synchronicities. Even that Danka is at a conference, and we have, Adam here. It's all exactly divinely guided. So I love it. So what would you like to do? Did you want to check first on the walk-in being sick, the original occupant? Okay, cool. So Truth, are you a walk-in? Oh, you got a yes already. Okay, Truth, did you walk in when the body was ill?
yes.
Okay, cool. So Truth, is the original occupant still with you?
No, because I just did that with the last person.
Guys,
yeah.
Done and done, right? Is there anything there? Anything else?
No.
Nothing required? Okay, cool. So let's take a look at the lack and the money and the fear being the false evidence kind of a thing. And the fear is like, are you gonna, lose everything again? How
yes.
much?
Yes.
Right? But there's never a thought of like, how much am I gonna gain? None of that, right? Like really, when we think about it, it's like, well, why don't we have that thought? Right? Like, what if this is the best thing that could ever happen for you? Whatever it happens to be. So when you are in that frequency, right, then you are able to attract more of that. So like when someone loses a job, they go into like all of the low vibrational stuff. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm like, Truth, were you done with that? Yeah, your job was done there. Okay, cool. So like, if you didn't get fired or let go, or if you didn't just decide to leave that day, whatever happened, you'd still be there doing something that wasn't contributing to you, that you were doing because of obligation and responsibility, not something else. So yeah. So what if we level up our languaging to like, okay, I have this opportunity, right? Whatever it happens to be. So Truth, and then you start asking your questions. So Truth, if I choose this, will you make me money?
Okay.
If I don't choose this, right, will you make me money? And then get the feel of what it is. And I
Right.
like to use, it's from Access Consciousness, but what will my life be like in 5 years? Because it's easy to talk about the here and now and to actually get into the mind with it. But when you project it out for 5 years, it's not as easy to then, get what that could possibly be for you. And so it's more abstract, and it's easier to feel if it's light or heavy, and it's easier to get a yes or a no, because otherwise we're just like double thinking everything.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So lots of questions, it could be like, pulling money out of the bank. Ask, if I would draw this money, is it in my highest and best? If I would draw this money, will I learn something? Just keep asking the questions, about it being in the highest and best. Will it make me money? Will I lose money? Like, really get in depth with everything you do that has to do with money, whether it's buying property or, purchasing something that is supposed to make you money, like a franchise, or, something to, incorporate into your home or your business, or it could be anything. But ask if it's going to generate money. But let's go ahead and eliminate everything for all of us that has to do with the lack, less than, not enough, the loss, what happened. I mean, Vicki, you're showing me lifetimes where like you were like the queen, and you had all of this kingdom, and you had all of this wealth and beauty and esteem, and you were on the streets. It was like all taken away, and it was like, I will never do that again. It's a never and always, I will always remember this lifetime, and when you talk about decisions and losses and big losses, like that's a big loss. So because it's in your frequency,
Right.
it gets created again.
Right.
And life attracts
yes.
life.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the value of having that still is,
There's not good value in having that. I don't think.
Yeah,
I'd
right,
like to let it go.
yeah, you have no choice with it, because it's
Yeah.
you're always got to remember that. And if you
Yeah.
always have to remember it, and you're never going to forget it, then it always has to be in your field. It can never leave. Yeah. So, whew, okay, nice. So go ahead, Vicki, show me how you would like to eliminate this. Great. So we're going to do a clearing, and then you're going to visualize that you have a piece of paper, and it's a document, and it's a legal document, like back where they used to take their ring and, do the candle wax and then put their seal,
Okay.
your kingdom seal, Vicki, and that. So, and you're telling me that the easiest way to do this is to burn it. So we're going to burn it together.
Okay.
Okay. Are you okay with that then?
I'm great. Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, because if it's too much, we can like level it back.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So anything and everything that aligns and agrees and resists and reacts to Vicki and all of us through all time, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes, where we've lost something, something was taken away, we volunteered, we donated, and behind our back, something else took place, and we lost everything, and it was always going to be remembered, and we were never going to forget about it. And this is a no choice that's running in the background. We're going to close this tab and every tab that's associated with it now, in the past, in the present, and what's projected into the future on 3. Would you take a deep breath in? Cool. And then out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Whew. How did that feel?
It felt like it went back so far. Like it just felt like when I was breathing it out, I was breathing it back for so many lifetimes.
Yeah, that's how it works. Exactly like that. And it can be done this fast, this quickly. Like, because we don't need to carry this anymore. It no longer serves us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have your document, your official legal document?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it like as long as Santa Claus's list?
Yeah.
Cool. And are you wearing your ring?
Yes.
You got your ring?
Yes.
Okay, you got your ring. And we have our wax burning, our candles burning. Okay, cool. So with this legal document that holds you in a no choice universe where you're not able to choose anything different than the limitation of lack, less than, not enough, and loss, with finances, with assets, with money, with wealth, with abundance, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate this contract, this agreement? Whew, yeah, this blood oath, this promise, this swearing that you have, Vicki, through all time, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes, non-universes, known and unknown, said and unsaid, whew, seen and unseen, yeah, acknowledged and unacknowledged. Would you do that now, please?
Yes.
Okay, great. All of us take a deep breath in and out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, nice. All right. So you're going to roll it up first. You've got to roll up your Santa Claus list, your goods, bads, rights, wrongs, naughty and nices, your contract that's holding this in place. Yep, you're going to take a little wax, place it on the seal, take your ring, embed it into the seal, pull it back. Awesome. You've got your lighter that you just lit your candle with. We're going to burn this so it no longer exists with you in this reality, in all the realities, with this, multiple realities, multiple dimensional realities, parallel realities, timelines, multiple timelines, timeline jumping. Yeah. So we're going to burn this so it dissipates, no longer exists. On 3, pick up your lighter, take a deep breath in, and when you blow out, you're going to light it. 1, or take a deep breath in, yeah. And on 3, you're going to light it. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and light your thing. Watch it burn. Let it take all of the thoughts, feelings, emotions, hurt, wounds, regret, guilt, sadness with it. That may be a little piece of paper, but you have a bonfire going on because you're burning up.
I do have a bonfire. That's what I have. Yeah.
You're showing me you get this big bonfire. Like the fire department's on standby. These big hoses. Yeah. It's burning it up. It's taking it away. It's like no longer required. Yeah. Doesn't need to be a part of anyone's reality. We have different possibilities now. We have full choice in what we choose. Yeah, we will create. Our thoughts create things. What we think about, we talk about. What we talk about, we bring about. So we're changing our language to be full abundance, full wealth, all the money. Yes. Cool. Can you feel the fire starting to burn down?
Yes.
Yeah. So hang with it until you get to the embers, you know, as it starts to put itself out. Yeah. So just to tell everyone while this is happening, it's like, this is what I consider like an invisible limitation. It's like something we just aren't aware of. We don't know about it. And so it's this line that is threaded in your lifeline. Like when I go in and I can see you show me your lifeline, like there's this invisible thread that's in there, but I can see it. And then what we do is we burn it out, we take it out, we remove it, however we're going to do it. And then you're whole. Like you don't have that space in there. That it's sort of like, I'm trying to think of it, sort of like dirty laundry. I don't know why, but that's what you're telling me, Vicki. It's like your dirty laundry, Vicki.
Yeah, that's okay.
But not, I mean, there's all different kinds of dirty laundry, but this is like the dirty laundry. And it's like, this is so you have your clothes, which is your lifetime, but then it's dirty. Do you know what I mean? And so we just went in and we purified, because fire purifies. And I mean, when you put fire on a needle, you sterilize it. So we're
Yes.
sterilizing. Do you know what I'm
Nice.
saying? So it's so interesting that you picked fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're sterilizing the clothes, you know, your life. Like everything's going to be clean. Yeah.
Feels really good. And I feel like I've got people, entities, whatever, just almost cheering for it saves them as well. It releases them as well.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. The miasms, which is your ancestral lines as
Yes.
well. Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I feel
Did you get
excited.
you are jumping up and down.
I feel like I am jumping out of
You're-
my seat. Yeah.
Yeah, your being is
I'm
jumping up and down.
excited.
It's like now you don't align with that any longer. You know, like that's not even a part of your frequency. Like now the only option is abundance, wealth, prosperity, ease, joy, like fun. Money loves to come to parties when you're having a party, when you have a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm so excited for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, because everyone
so
had great, really great, you know, asking for great things that helped me immensely across the board. So,
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vicki. So did people get a lot out of tonight?
yes.
Yeah, you know, I can't, there's a lot of comments in there, but I never go in because I'm like on this page with everybody here, with everyone. So, Adham, can everyone kind of unmute themselves?
Oh, Stan, yes, everyone can mute themselves. So just by a show of hand,
Do you do that? Does everyone have?
No, they can unmute themselves if they wish so to do. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, everybody can unmute themselves.
Yeah,
I
we're
would
all
just like to know
unmuted,
that.
except for
Woo!
Jill.
I didn't know if you needed to do it on your end. Okay. Okay, good. So like, does anyone want to talk about like what they experienced or what they felt or maybe anything that has shifted?
You kept talking about sugar and salt, so I can't stop eating potato chips. But
Yeah.
I actually have to admit that my diet mainly is dark chocolate, coffee, and potato chips. And people are like, "What?" I'm like, seriously, that's like what I eat. Yogurt, granola. You know, I'll go out to eat at a restaurant and I'll eat real food. But at home, I'm single, and that's what I like, so that's what I eat. And my blood pressure's good, my health is good, so you know.
Hey, you're doing what your body requires, right?
Right.
Yeah, those 4 food groups, that was a lie. Breakfast
And
is
water. Lots of water.
yes, water. Excellent.
Susan,
Yeah.
I had listened to your presentation the first time with LightNet, and I'm a CPA, and I used it with my clients, and I have no it's all intuition, and it's just who I am, and I've known I've always been, and they accepted it, and I'm sending them to you so that if they enjoyed the process. So I like to think of myself as a teacher and a spreader of good news. And I'm so glad I met you. And I don't want to, but I'm not taking your job away from you. I'm just sharing the word because
free.
that's what your job was.
Feel free, honey. You go. But yeah, companies hire me to come in, and they send a lot of therapists send their clients to me to like get rid of all that stuff first, because when they try to start working with them, you know, right away, like everything just spills on the table and makes a mess. Like they actually can't fathom what's happening. Versus when we get together and we eliminate stuff, and they don't have to believe it. They don't have to agree with it. You know, it just works. I don't know. Julia, that is so great. Thank you. And congratulations in honoring yourself with that. Yeah. Awesome.
Outstanding. I think today was an amazing, amazing evening. Just as a reminder to everybody, I just put in the chat below Susan's link. If you want to work more in depth with her, you can contact her in the social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, just as in the link down, and also in her website, susanshatzer.com.
Yeah, so I have free like 15-minute, times we get together consultation. So did we hear from everyone tonight? Is there anyone else that would like to, have anything cleared for them or talk about anything? Anybody else? Yes, no, maybe Julia?
With the techniques that you use, I'm planning to live to 120. I think I'm in good shape. I'm a Lemurian soul here to create balance in the world. And and every once in a while I question, am I just nuts? So would that be something that you would be able to reflect at me and give me an idea that yes, I'm not nuts?
You are not nuts, Julia.
Okay.
You are all there. All of your faculties are in place. Yes.
All right. I'll keep it up.
You go, girl. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I think we haven't heard from Jeff. Jeff, is there anything I can support you with? Hello. Hi.
Hello, Susan. I'm not sure the answer to that question. I'm very familiar with the muscle strength testing. I do that without using a pendulum. I have actually told other people how to do it in recent times. I the things that go through me as I'm listening to everybody. The one thing that maybe would be something to bring in, I will see if it might be, is in being of service to people. Now I ask myself the two questions of what is my value, and all the other questions that relate to esteem. The one thing that I don't have a way of relating to, from background issues, is when it comes to to me, I don't really know what me is. I'm basically a spiritual being in a physical body, but when it comes to me, I'm just very aware of it while I'm listening to you, and when I listen to other people doing the process, that I can't really address what I'm looking for me, because I'm not sure what me is. So that maybe that will be a question to bring your way: how to address what me is.
So you're looking for clarity on who is you?
And how to, if somebody asks me who I am, I can speak on my spiritual activity. I can speak to my familiarity with the spiritual realm, which I'm very, very connected with.
See, that's all outside of you, though. That's outside of you.
Well, largely, yes. Although I'm very connected with it inside. I'm very connected with my inner self. I've done a great deal of work on my inner child. But when it comes to me, I'm very aware that there's this gap. Now, a big part of it is that I did, issues from childhood, etc., not being valued, all those things that people discuss. But
so can I
I'm not sure go ahead.
You were talking about a gap. So what's on one side and what's on the other side of your gap?
On the one side is my spiritual aspect. On the other side is my inner child aspect. And in the middle, when it comes to how to evaluate myself, self-esteem, I do feel good about myself, and I don't have any regrets about how I handle anything. But at the same time, I'm curious if there's a me in there that I'm not addressing. I'm not sure if there actually is or not, but that's what I'm curious about and bringing it to you. There might be, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a great question. So when you talk about a gap, there's like this you, then the gap you, and then this other part of you, but there's actually no separation. Like you and I are the same. We're one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're just ourselves. We're just our own frequency. Whatever your frequency is different than my frequency.
But how do you address the question of what, if you're looking at what are you worth? Are you being good to yourself? So I've befriended in my meaningful conversation group always says, are you kind to yourself? And I'm always checking, making sure if I'm being kind to myself. I'm always doing that. But I'm not sure, but from listening to you just now, maybe I'm not missing something. I'm not sure. I've been hanging out with the question as I listen of whether I'm missing a B part, but maybe I'm not.
So let's muscle test. Or for you, you don't need to muscle test. So truth, are you missing a part of you?
Well, there's a part of me, there's a part of being human. I'm not sure if it relates to me or not. The part of being human that I'm very used to people having their egos around me.
But we're not talking about that. It's just the question is yes or no. Like, are you missing a piece of you? Yes or no?
I'm not identifying anything being there.
So you're not missing anything. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not resonating with the question of whether I'm missing something. I'm not resonating with the question, which suggests that I'm not missing anything.
Okay, that's how your yes and no works. Awesome. Congratulations.
It comes across that way. And I'm not resonating with the question, so it suggests that there's nothing there. So I guess I'm not missing me then, because I'm just curious about that question.
Right? You gotta know you're not missing you.
There's one thing I've got very, very good with in recent times is just I'm very aware that the universe reflects everything back to me. And so I've successfully moved in the past 3 or 4 months away from any negative thoughts lasting more than a few seconds.
Yes. Yeah, that raises your vibrational frequency, and then you attract more high vibrations. And it is a choice, which is so beautiful, Jeff.
And the universe keeps on bringing me new puzzles to solve. It's like
love it.
I had my bank accounts hacked, and
But that's what you asked for. You ask for new challenges. You ask for things. And so the universe delivers it for you. Maybe ask for something different.
Well, recently, one thing that has been different is that I've been in the position with higher consciousness groups that I'm in of providing information to people through channeling of what's going on with them. Now, one issue I have with that, and I'm just going to reflect this back to you to see
where it goes. Is this a problem? Because we're working on problems tonight.
That's what I'm checking. I'm not sure if it is or not.
Okay.
I find myself with nobody asked me any questions, but I've been finding myself with folks who are hosting a group and saying, "What do you think of them? What's going on with them?" And I just find myself telling them things, but there aren't any questions asked. I'm not sure if that is an issue or not.
Well, asking a question always empowers. Anything else disempowers. Using the muscle testing technique that I showed tonight allows them and you to get clear on your energy field, to get the awareness that's required for your highest and best self. So anything you can do for them with empowering them, so they don't have to, go outside themselves to find the answers. They'll have the awareness from within.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Ask a question. Change your
life. That was the thing going on in me. I wasn't sure if I should or shouldn't be doing that.
I love it. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight.
Thank you, Steve.
What? Oh, he muted himself. We didn't catch that last part.
I actually didn't touch the mute button. It's weird.
That was my mistake. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I didn't even know I was muted until Susan told me I was. But all I said there was thank you, Susan. I love you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Oh my goodness. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. I'm so excited. Please share this, with other people. And until we get to meet in person someday, I'm so excited. And, ciao for now, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Susan.
you.